Hello, everyone. This is Sawmill Turtle. This is day number 2. It's been like 10, 15 minutes for me. I mean, it's been a day for you, but I went and just had dinner, and then I whipped up this little thing. I don't know what our topic of conversation is going to be just yet because I went and wrote a little program in 10 minutes. It's a randomizer that I put in topics, and then it flips through them, and as soon as I hit the space bar, it picks one, and I'll show that to you right here. You can see it like rapidly flipping through them. So if I come over here and I hit the space bar, Dumbo! Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, we're going to talk about Dumbo today. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what does an aneurysm feel like? Oh, this is like a it's like a minefield. Like, you could not, generate more, you could not be walking to a more volatile situation. Like if you were walking directly into a bomb testing site where they were about to drop a nuclear weapon, like some Indiana Jones shit, where he's like, "Oh fuck, I better tuck into this refrigerator." Like, what the fuck was that? Like, we waited like 30 years for an Indiana Jones sequel, and this is what you gave me. Like, I'm riding the refrigerator, and here's Shia LaBeouf. Man, fuck you. But this right here, this movie. Is so controversial that I don't even know if I want to talk about it. Like, okay, let's just get the I don't want to say white elephant out of the room because it's a movie about an elephant, and if I say white, then that would seem to suggest like racism because everybody right now is already thinking about the crows. And so that's no. Let's address the okay, let's just address the elephant in the room. The elephant. The crows, okay? Those fucking crows. Like, are you fucking out of your mind? Like when I realized they made this movie in the 40s or something. I don't even know when this movie come out. Like, I didn't even bother to look it up because I don't give a shit. I don't like Dumbo. Like, I genuinely like with Snow White. I bitched about it yesterday. I made a big production of it. I actually do like genuinely like Snow White. Like I think it's funny that it was the favorite movie of the Gremlins. And that the only way to settle down the Gremlins was to put on Snow White, and and that was like kind of like the Ritalin, like they're just like ADHD children. Give them Snow White, and they're just like sit there, just like, oh yeah, they're not destroying the city anymore. But anyway, so I do actually like that film. I don't like this one. And there's a variety of reasons for this. Um, One of the biggest reasons is there's not a fucking good thing that happens in this whole goddamn movie. Not a damn thing. It starts out with the stork, okay, with that obnoxious fucking song that I am not going to sit here and sing. I hate that song. And then like the stork is late, so you're already off to a bad start. Like you're a late delivery. Like you didn't come out on time. Stork showed up late. I mean, you might have some defects, and lo and behold, there's those gossiping busybody elephants looking at his big ass fucking ears. And at first, like this dude hadn't even barely opened his eyes. He ain't learned to speak. He ain't learned to speak through this whole movie. But he hasn't even taken like really a first step yet. Like he's just kind of like there, and he just come off the bird, and here come these old bitches, these nasty old gossiping bitches. Want to pull on his ears and talk about him. That I don't remember if it was at that point that they called him a freak, but I mean, yeah, it it was it was a disaster. Okay, like it was like from the very get go, he was just you knew his life was gonna get fucked up, and every time like things look like, hey, things might get better for him, they never did. It was a roller coaster ride to hell. Like, hey, maybe, aside from the gossiping busybody elephants, things will be all right. No, no, the kids are gonna throw stuff at him and make a mockery of him. Oh, well, maybe they'll punish the kids for tormenting the elephant. No, no, mom's locked up as a dangerous animal, and Dumbo lost his mama. Oh, okay. Well, here comes Timothy the Mouse. Maybe Timothy the Mouse can help him. It's like, well, what's Timothy the Mouse gonna do? Okay. So he made a friend. Okay, one positive. He made one friend. That's one little like glimmering beacon of light in this eternal like hellish darkness of a film. That's the only good thing that happens until the end. Everything else is just straight bullshit. So he befriends the mouse. The mouse goes and he whispers in the ringmaster's ear, okay, like Dumbo's going to be the star of your show. Okay, so Dumbo doesn't have his mom, but things are going to get better for him because now he's the center of attention. No, down to hell we go. Because he messes up because he trips over his ears, and the whole big top comes down on everybody, and now like everybody's mad at him. And then, okay, so it couldn't get any worse. Hold my beer. They made him a fucking clown. And now it's like, oh my God, like how much worse can this get? Oh, how about the clowns like throw out what's left of their hooch after they've been celebrating and it falls into Dumbo's drinking water and he has this like acid trip like crazy 26 types of pills plus magic mushrooms and acid type freaking like bad trip with like pink elephants everywhere. Like what the fuck was in that wine? I can't even imagine like being the guy experiencing this because I don't even like to look at it and I'm just watching it as a film and I'm looking at this scene I'm like, oh fuck no. Sounded like that episode of Family Guy where like they were in the middle of a hurricane and while Meg is like finally like losing her shit on everyone. Like Brian eats the magic mushrooms and he's like seeing like the most god awful like Zoom quilt type shit that I have ever seen. Like I don't ever want to experience drugs like that. Like you can have them. I don't care how cheap. It's like, hey man, the first one's free. You can take the first one and wipe your ass with it. I don't want that shit. And it's like that what happened with the booze, and like Dumbo's like on like some crazy shit. Like what the fuck were they spiking the wine with? And then, like he wakes up after this fever dream in a tree, and here we go. Cue like socially acceptable at the time racism, like the crows. I'm not even touching this one because that's some straight up bullshit. Like you want to watch it? There's YouTube clips. Like go watch that fucked up shit. Like the things that the crows were saying, the things that we're doing. One of them got a big old stogie in his mouth. They just look like straight up like minstrel show, kind of like caricatures of black people. And it's just like you've got to be out of your fucking mind. I mean, like, you can't seriously have drawn this and said, this is fine. Nobody is ever, 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 ever going to have a problem with this. Are you fucking serious? So it's like, and I ended up talking about it anyway. But seriously, like, I was like Disney himself just seemingly did not give a shit. Like, from the Crows to Song of the South, which you can't really find a place to purchase it, but I've seen it like on the internet, like on some sketchy websites, and I've watched the whole thing. And I watched it with my foster dad because like I'm big on Bobby Driscoll. Like I like to harp on the fact that Disney did Bobby Driscoll wrong, and they continue to do Bobby Driscoll wrong. But Bobby Driscoll's in this film. And so we sat down and we watched it, and we thought that was the stupidest pile of shit we'd ever seen. And then my foster dad was like, oh, all I've ever heard about is Bobby Driscoll. And now I watched this movie with him in it, and it says complete crap. I was like, I'm not the one who made this stupid movie. But you got Song of the South, which was so bad that even black people at the time, as oppressed as they were, stood out and had protests against it. Like, this wasn't a time, as far as my history understanding goes, where people were particularly keen on, the black community protesting against much anything. This was before the days of Martin Luther King's famous dream. But they stood up and they're like, hell nah. The fuck is wrong with you with Song of the South? And then we're not just talking black people with your black ass crows and the freaking Song of the South with the people that are look so happy to be working on Massa's plantation. Like, you got to be out of your fucking mind. But then we get to Peter Pan, another Bobby Driscoll film. Oh, here we go with Bobby Driscoll again. But see, this one is so fucking bonkers off the wall because they don't even try to disguise their racism in this film. Like they got the native people. You can't really call them Native Americans because they don't really live in America, so they're just natives. They're native Neverlandians. I don't fucking know. We'll just call them natives. But these people here gonna step up there like how? Ugh. What make the red man red? And then they put it. Like, the fuck is this? Are you fucking out of your goddamn mind? Like, you can't. No, I guess back then you could do that. Same as you could make those awful crows and Song of the South. But I mean, did you have to? I mean, that whole situation with the Indians. Every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's racist. And I feel a little racist just doing the hand thing, but I needed to really emphasize which parts of it got my goat. And it was that thing with the hand and the song they did and just the way they talked. It's like, oh yeah, where you got Princess Tiger Lily? We ain't got your old princess. Heap big lie. Are you fucking out of your mind? And so, coming back to Dumbo, which is what we came here to talk about, because, Peter Pan actually isn't on this week's list. Like, the randomizer isn't going to pick Peter Pan, so that's fine. So we got two for the price of one. So, coming back to Dumbo, nothing good has gone right for him up to this point. And now, my friends, he's encountering, somebody told a bunch of racist jokes, and poof, they came to life. Oh my God! Could your life get any worse? Well, then, surprise, surprise! It actually, from this point on, we've been on this downward spiral roller coaster ride straight to the bowels of hell. But now, one of them plucks a black feather, hands it to him, and you can fly with this, He starts to fly. Suddenly, he's spitting peanuts at them nasty old bitch biddies that made his life miserable. And he got his mom back. He's the star of the show. He's flying all over the place. And he's just like, oh, wow, life's better for me. In the last 2 minutes of the film, the rest of this, freak show, I had to sit here and watch this guy suffer. It's like, why do I need to sit here? And it's like sadism. It's like somebody's getting, somebody watches this with sadistic glee. Like, yeah, man, fuck that elephant. Fuck that elephant right in his big gray ass. He deserves everything he gets. What the fuck, man? Who watches this and enjoys it? I don't watch this and enjoy it. I watch this and go, I thought I had it bad. I'm glad I'm not this guy. Because, damn. Man, you know this dude going to come out of this with some post-traumatic stress disorder, some PTSD. I mean, he's going to be having flashbacks to being pushed off the clown skyscraper. He's going to have flashbacks to his mom being taken away and put in the jail car, and people pulling his ears and all the kids. He's going to have some serious. The Vietnam vets don't have PTSD as bad as this elephant's going to have it. This elephant, he's going to end up in the cage for being a dangerous pachyderm because this dude is going to go straight up psycho. He's just going to snap. Oh, yeah, Because like acid, you could do it once and have a trip, and then like 30 years later, like suddenly like it lives on your spinal cord, and then suddenly it comes back, and you be at work or be in church praising the Lord, and then suddenly you're tripping again. And it's like from the acid I took like 30 years ago, yeah. And that's what's going to happen to him. That crazy acid booze that he drank. Yeah, one day, like down the line, he's going to be like, "Yay, Dumbo's the star of the show," and he's going to start tripping out like, wop, 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 wop. And he's going to think like the walls are talking to him, and he's going to think the crows are back, and he's going to start going ape shit on everybody, and they're going to have to like put him down. They're going to have to get like a big ass like elephant gun, like a musket, and just blast one right between his eyes. Like, yeah, we had to put Dumbo down. Like, we don't know what made him snap, but but he's gone. Like, rest in peace, Dumbo. Like, we can at least get his tusks, right? Like, we could salvage some of them. And I'm sorry, Lord. Forgive me and bless the little pygmies in New Guinea or whatever the fuck Larry the Cable Guy says. Larry the Cable Guy. That's a topic for another day. I'm gonna add that to my list for next week. Larry the Cable Guy. Like, who finds that funny? But anyway, I am Sawmill Turtle. I have talked about Dumbo and Peter Pan, Song of the South, and briefly Larry the Cable Guy. And I talked about a lot of things. And I was supposed to be talking about Dumbo. I think I did a good job of staying on topic. But there's just only so much you can say about Dumbo after you've talked about his suffering. I mean, it's like, the only thing worse is if like, somebody had just like gone after him with like a big ass cattle prod, just blah! Just like what the fuck, man. But yeah, hopefully next time the randomizer picks something, it's a film that I actually enjoy and not something that just makes me want to shoot myself. So until next time, my friends, I am Sawmill Turtle. Peace.